Captain Marvel gets a 6. I review the movie on I Wish I Was 8 again. Captain Marvel is the 21st movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I went into this movie knowing absolutely nothing. This is how I do movies these days. If I know I'm going to watch it, I don't watch the trailers, I don't read anything about it, I go in there absolutely blind because I don't want any of the surprises spoiled. This paid off extremely well for Captain Marvel because there were two huge things that I had no idea about and extremely enjoyed. Now, if you want to experience the film like this, I suggest you stop this video and go watch the movie. But if you've already watched the trailer, these surprises are already spoiled. But rest assured, I don't spoil anything that's outside the trailer. The two complete surprises to me is, one, it was in the 1990s, and two, it had Nick Fury. I had no idea this was set in the 90s until she landed on Earth in the blockbuster. This is a really cool way of showing what year it is instead of having it flash up Earth 1995. So when she landed in that blockbuster and started picking up old VHS tapes, now they are before DVDs. Oh, hang on, I've probably got to explain what a DVD is. Ooh. Before iTunes, there was a thing called a disc. And before disc, there was a thing called a tape, and that's how you watch videos. So when I saw an old VHS copy of Hook on the shelves, I instantly knew what time period we're in. Now on to the movie. This is the plot summary. Captain Marvel is an extraterrestrial Kree warrior who finds herself caught in the middle of an intergalactic battle between her people and the Skrulls. Living on Earth in 1995, she keeps having recurring memories of another life as a US Air Force pilot, Carol Danvers. With the help from Nick Fury, Captain Marvel tries to uncover the secrets of her past, whilst harnessing her special superpowers to end the war with the evil Skrulls. This is what I like. Captain Marvel was a really fun character. No matter what situation she faced, she was confident, she was fun, and she was cocky. So no matter who she was fighting, she still had time to do a few wisecracks and make me laugh. She was also often joking around with other characters. The playful banter I found really great. Captain Marvel was someone who was always left out or discounted because she was a woman, and this story shows her rising up to be the hero she was born to be. One of the greatest qualities she shows is the ability to pick herself up when she falls and try again. I do really like that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, two of the most powerful characters, that's Wanda Maximoff and Captain Marvel, are both women. And that's because girls are simply awesome and there's nothing that they cannot do. Fury in this film is a lot of fun. It's set before his old war-torn and battered, but he's still super confident and clever in any situation. He hasn't starred in a Marvel film for a long time, so it's great to see him back. And the CGI they used to make him look 20 years younger was amazing. You couldn't see it. It wasn't distracting at all. You just went, oh yeah, he's 20 years younger. That makes perfect sense. This is really amazing because it was only a few years ago we had Captain America Civil War and they had Tony Stark as a teenager and it looked really strange. This looked amazing. You couldn't tell. Except that you know he doesn't look like that now. Maybe he does look like that now. Other great characters to mention was the head of the Skrulls, Thanos, not Thanos, and Captain Marvel's old friend, Maria Rambeau. Both of these characters played really well and added a lot to the film. One of my favourite parts was the Skrulls because they were shapeshifters. So if they saw someone, they could transform to make themselves look exactly like them, even down to their DNA. This added a lot of fun because you never quite knew the person who you were seeing on screen was actually them or was it one of the Skrulls impersonating them. Now, what wasn't great? The action was okay. This was a finding your superpowers type story, a bit like Thor Ragnarok. But there wasn't any point in the movie where she was discovering her powers. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Like it did when Thor found his extra power in Ragnarok, or when he found his extra power in Infinity Wars. Wow, Thor likes to find extra power a lot. The test is there a part where I'm gonna say to my friends at school the next day, oh man, you should have seen when? And the answer is no. I have mentioned I like the banter between the characters, but a lot of other Marvel movies actually did this better. Guardians of the Galaxy, anyone? But on to my biggest complaint. I was confused. So many things sounded vaguely familiar, like the Kree, and then some of the characters like, I know that guy. and then I couldn't quite work how are they interconnected and how this messed with the story. Now, I'm sure everything in this movie made sense, but I didn't have a 4,000 page book on the lore of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And now I'm going to have to find that book and read up on it so it makes sense. Thanks, Captain Marvel. You've given me homework. And the last, it's a very little complaint. I went in hoping that I would get some more answers after Avengers Infinity War. But there was nothing, except for a tiny post-credit scene. I just wanted to know, like, how is she going to fix everything? Even just a little hint. So it got a 6. It's definitely not a waste of time, but it's just not amazingly good compared to all the other Marvel movies. That's the trouble when you have Marvel movies. They've got to be really, really good to compete with its brothers and sisters. If it was a DC movie, it would be up there. Not quite as high as Wonder Woman though. So do you agree? Let me know in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this movie review, make sure you give me a like and write in the comments what other movies you want to see me reviewing on future episodes. But whatever you do, make sure you have fun.